So hi and welcome to another Tech Tuesday, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Dream Machine mousepad here, the large version. What I'm also going to do is give away this mousepad here today to show my thanks to all you lot for supporting me throughout this last year, 2018, but we're now in 2019, and well, stick around and you'll find out how you can win it. So the design of this mousepad is it's jet black, it's a cloth surface, it comes with a stitched edge and a rubber base as well. In the bottom right hand side there is a subtle DM logo. They're currently advertising this to be speed and control, but for me that's a little bit vague because you either get speed or you get control. Well, that's what people generally say their mouse pads are for, but they're all very similar in my opinion. But this is what this is pitched at, so let's take a look at it properly. So the price of this is very reasonable. It comes in at £12.99 UK pounds or $12.99 US dollars. The quality of this pad is good, it's a nice surface, it's built well, I can't see any fraying on the edges, the stitching is very good off the start here. The only concern, which I have with most cloth pads, is that the logo is painted on, and over time it's potentially going to flake off, but that's not necessarily a bad thing here, because for me the logo just restricts the mat even further. So one of the main issues I have with cloth pads, and I'm sure many of you do here, is how dirty they get, and this is no exception on this pad, it will get dirty. I'm already sat here picking bits of dust off it. And you know, you can't get around that, but this isn't specific for this Dream Machine mousepad here, that's across the board for all pads. One of the things that might help you here is they say it's waterproof. I haven't tested this. I expect if you spill a drink on it, or as I seem to happen, my cats seem to knock over my drinks onto my mousepad, and this might repel that. Whether that helps reduce some of the dirt sticking to the mat, I doubt it, and over time I expect you're probably going to have to wash it like you would do any other pad. So they specified the surface as being a microfiber cloth surface. For me, it looks like a standard weave, very tight though, surface. They are very, very close to weaves on this, so it's a very smooth surface. For me, I compare this against my G640. I'll put the link in the description for the review, as I will do for this DM FPS here that I've just done as well. But comparing this to my G640 daily, honestly, I couldn't tell any difference. The surface itself feels very, very similar to me. I did run some tests with my force gauge. If you've been following me, you'll understand what I'm talking about there, where I've been testing the G Pro, the 305, the final mouse on my 640 surface and pushing it across to get an idea of the friction. What I want to do going forward to give a better idea of the friction on pads here, as I said, it feels to me similar to my G640, but feel is a very susceptible thing. So what I want to do is, if you guys put in the comments below a mousepad you want to use as a baseline, so whether that's something like a Coolmaster, a Logitech, a Dream Machine here, you know, a Razer, anything like that, let me know the hard and a cloth surface one, and I'll use that as a baseline along with a mouse you want me to use on standard pads. The one that gets the most mentions here, I'll then use as my baseline so we can use that as a comparison. So how do you win this mousepad? Well, as I've been doing for my other giveaways, what I need you to do is subscribe to the channel if you aren't already. I'm hoping you are. It's going to be someone who's been supporting the channel. If you aren't there already and you have just been watching me, then don't forget to subscribe. I'll put a link in the description for Gleam.io, which will tell you exactly what you need to do. But the idea is you'll subscribe to my channel and leave a comment below saying what you can use the mousepad for, gaming, just as your normal desktop setup, and then you'll be entered into the competition. And in random, in about 2 weeks' time, I will pick someone and then send it to you. This will be open international as well, so apply from anywhere in the world and I'll ship it out to you, no problem. So one of the things that I don't like about this mousepad is the stitched edge, and this is I guess a personal preference for me. I don't like the stitch edge. I find that it restricts my mouse sometimes when I'm on the very edge of the mat, which I do tend to do. And for this one, I'd rather it wasn't stitched, although the join of the stitching is in the top left-hand corner, which is nice to see. So let's get on to the measurements of this mousepad. So the measurements here say it comes in at 450mm in width, and I measured it at 445mm, so it's close enough. The height is 400mm and it came in exactly at 400mm, and the stitching on the pad itself comes in no higher than 3mm, as they say. So what do you get in the box? Well, as always, you get a mouse pad and that's it. You don't get any manual, you don't get anything. The only thing to note here is that the pad, as with quite a lot of cloth pads, did come not quite flat when you get out of the box, and it takes a little bit of time for them to settle. This is no different, especially with the larger pads. They seem to suffer from this more than these smaller ones. But overall, this surface of this pad is great. This is the kind of surface I like. So the conclusion here on the mat is, although it doesn't set the world on fire, this mouse pad is very similar to a lot of the other stuff out in the market. One of the things that is very good here is the price of this mouse pad. It is very good value for the price, definitely at $12.99. I don't particularly like the stitching. I would have liked to have seen a little bit more height in the pad at 450mm. For me, 400 is a little bit short. But overall, it's a decent pad. I certainly think you should check it out if you're looking for something around this range. As to speed and control, I didn't notice any difference here. I think that to me is just branding, because at the end of the day, it's a cloth surface. There might be a fractional difference here, and like I said, if you let me know in the comments what you want to see, I can take a look and try and prove some of those facts for us going forward. So I hope you like this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Don't forget to get in that giveaway, and I will see you all again very soon. Bye bye.